we back
Hey,
in
let's
gear?
remake AI. Let's remake AI and give it to Sophia Coppola.
Chris is starting. Chris is starting fast.
There are so many relationships in this movie that I like. I love the relationship between Yang and Mika. I love the relationship between Colin Farrell and Ada. I love the relationship between Ada and Yang. And like I wish this movie had more of that and less of everything else.
I actually like this movie.
I wish I liked this movie. This is a movie that is like 80% something I should really enjoy, but unfortunately the other 20% of it just drags it fucking down for me. Like the scene behind Scott, the whole dancing thing is amazingly weird. And I love how weird it is.
Because it knocks you into a future. It knocks you into a sci-fi context. That's the thing.
I wish this movie was that weird through the whole thing, and it's not.
Yeah.
Clifton Collins is so good in this, and he's in it for so little time. Like,
I'm sorry, who's Clifton Collins? Which character is that?
He's the neighbor,
like the neighbor,
like a neighbor. Yeah.
But the two
he's really good.
The unfriendly twin girls and the whole 9 yards.
He wants to be liked so bad.
I know.
So bad.
He shows up and he's like, "Yeah, I know a guy. Like, tell him Russ sent you." You know, like that whole scene is amazing, and I'm like, more of him, please.
Yeah.
You know, like. Actually, the only person in this movie, the only character in this movie I don't like is the wife, and that's because I just don't think she's built out enough, because she does have a couple of scenes, especially the one late in the movie where she's talking to Yang about the afterlife and whether
it's a flashback.
That shit's great.
Like,
well, she's watching memories, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
and I love the fact that when they're watching the memories, it shifts.
Yeah.
And they have slightly different intonations and vocalizations of the things that they say. Like, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And like, there is this sort of level of weird that pervades the movie, but it never reaches the heights that I wish it did. And I never feel like it really reaches the emotional depths that I wish it did.
Oh, okay.
Like, it kind of hangs out in this weird liminal space between those two things. And every time it breaks out of that, I like it more, but it just doesn't do it enough for me to be like, you should watch this movie. Like,
I get you. I think that's a really good review, actually, Tad.
I
think
don't necessarily disagree, but I liked it anyway.
This movie isn't
it's
good,
such a
but
mood
it's
piece.
fascinating.
Oh my god!
I said to myself at one. What's that, Jim?
Yeah, it is.
What's that?
It's more depressing than the last one.
Really?
It's more depressing than the last
I thought this was less depressing. This is kind of like this whole movie is basically about trying to get a contract to repair a broken robot.
But that movie's about the past, and this movie movie's about the past, and this movie's about the future.
Yeah, I know, but it's also about trying to repair a broken robot.
But this is what the future
about the future, but it's
be like.
Yeah,
it's going to be broken robots that are resold by third parties.
And we live in
you have to get rid of them before they start decomposing.
Right, which you see a little bit in AI with the one of the better sequences is the one with Jude Law.
Right.
Yeah.
Gigolo robot.
Yeah. Now, mind you, I think this universe reminds me of John's movie New. It's the future. There are clones. There are the kind of thing. It's peaceful. It's like. It's prosperous. Everyone's
it's referred to as non-dystopian post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm also also a little bit
I
like
I brought this attention. There was a war with China for 60 years.
Yeah. I'd also bring it up again.
Right. This is what would actually happen in the Fallout universe, not Fallout.
But this is also what you saw in
novel it is. But there's something by Egan. Is it Greg Egan? He's an Australian computer scientist who writes really hard science fiction, and it just sort of reminded, because I like the fact that they weren't just these androids or robots or whatever. There were also like clones, and a couple of other things going on.
Right.
I was trying to figure out if the twins were real or
could be clones of each other. Who knows, right?
Right, they're clones.
Yeah. But part of it is also reminds me of Companion a lot. It's like that familiarity with non-humans that look human, but this is treated casually. I like that. That's kind of fun.
Okay, but there's one. There's one thing
Okay,
that's like
Rob Zombie.
You know where sort of where robots, humanoid, robots fit into other futuristic movies we've seen, how they're treated and how prevalent they are. And to me, it was quite mysterious how commonplace they were supposed to be in this future.
But you never see any of them other than Yang.
You just see Yang, and then when he goes to the museum and talks to Cleo.
Doesn't the neighbor have a robot?
She's really that's right. The neighbor has a clone.
Yeah.
Not a robot. No, when he goes to the museum and talks to Cleo,
it's robot.
Cleo's very excited to be getting Yang, and she's like, "I've been working on these. What do they call them? Techno sapiens. Trying to understand them for a long time." I'm like, trying to understand them. They're products that are sold in stores. Why is she so thrilled to get one?
Well, they're evolving in some way because
the technology in this movie is so weird because none of it makes sense.
I don't think it does. I don't know if it's well thought out in that regard.
The thing about AI is that he's a prototype. He's a prototype product that they're going to try to sell later.
You mean the movie AI? The movie AI?
Yeah. He's a prototype product you're going to try to sell later to be the replacement for your dead child. And this movie has figured out the answer to that, but also hasn't. And it's like, we need to see more. Like every moment in this movie, I was like, I want to know more. I want to know more about the backstory.
Same here.
I want to know more about the universe.
They don't mansplain everything.
The weird thing is,
they don't explain anything.
You don't want to film with too much exposition, but this kind of could have used a little bit.
It could have used a little more.
Yeah.
I didn't know how.
This is the problem that happens in a lot of situations with making a short story into a full-length film. Like, if this was a 30-minute short, I could have forgiven a lot of this.
Or 15-minute short.
Right. The fact that this is an hour and a half long and they don't explain anything about the universe that it exists in, it's like, so you're just adding filler to this story. You're not expanding the universe that it exists in. Like, I love Arrival. It's one of my favorite movies, and it's based on a short story. And the way that they made it into a full-length film is by expanding on that universe.
Right.
And this doesn't do that. And it's so disappointing.
Right. I think a little bit of it's budget. I mean, every time they're in a car, they're inside a tunnel because money, I think.
Right. Yeah.
Or future. You get future and money by doing that. It's like, okay.
Then there's the scene where it's sort of revealed how far in the future we are, and that's that really beautiful garden scene where they're walking through the garden, and through all the brush and the trees and the plants, you can just glimpse these amazing skyscrapers and shit.
Right.
But
there's the
never
twisting one, and there's the giant geodesic domes.
They're never clearly shown. They're just out there.
There's a detail about this future. This future
also
land,
like your movie, John.
Yeah, again, that's the same.
Although I just went for it and had it sitting there like, nope, it's right here. Boom.
I had to get up and go to the bathroom when that scene was on, and so that was paused on my screen when I left, and when I came back, I just sat and stared at it for a while, and I'm like, God, there's probably really interesting stories down there.
Now, mind you, there's one detail they added to this to give it a futuristic feel that I thought was kind of cool, and it got basically sillier as it went on, is every scene has little pots of flowers or plants in them. They're everywhere. There are plants in the back deck of the car.
Yes.
There's plants everywhere.
I would assume that whatever the
scrubbed oxygen.
I would assume that whatever the apocalyptic event that occurred in this world damaged the atmosphere.
Maybe.
And you have little plants everywhere to clean the air for you.
They're aggressively trying to bring down CO2 or something like that. But the thing is,
it might be a cultural thing at this point. It's just people feel more comfortable having
these
plants
guys
around
spend half their time watering plants around their house. So that's the thing, right?
No, that's what the
that's the thing I kept thinking as the film progressed.
The robot isn't telling the girl fun facts about China. He's watering the plants. That's
exactly right. So here, follow me. I gotta water all these goddamn plants.
He's a water Roomba.
Right. Now, mind you, that one thing about this is like, okay, well, a well-off couple adopts a kid, and
a well-off couple who owns a failing tea shop that like,
oh, she's doing well. She's doing well. But anyway,
he's off sexing chickens.
He is. He does talk about the fact that
no, he's running his tea shop that somehow never sells
his
tea
failing tea shop, as he said. Actually says it, in the description of the film. But the thing is, like, apparently at the time, is the Yang cost a lot of money, and they mentioned it a couple times. He's really he was a lot of money on this movie. Yeah, and so it's kind of like this. This is my socialist thing coming up. Isn't there a movie about rich people who are so indulgent to their kid they got a robot to teach you Chinese stuff? It's like,
right, because they did want to learn Chinese
because they couldn't bother or didn't want to, or they're simply available.
They got him refurbished at a.
I know, it's a used robot.
Twice used.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Twice, maybe even 3 times used refurbished robot.
That's right.
This is going on
I'm trying to remember, what's the South African film?
District 9. District 9.
District 9. Yeah. That's the poor part of this movie.
Yeah, probably.
Or Chappie.
Or the other one he did, in LA.
Elysium.
LA was fucked up in that movie, man.
Everything is Neil Blomkamp.
The Elon Musk thing. They just leave.
Yeah.
So he is in sort of economic hardship here. He's got to buy a used robot. His tea shop is failing, so it's not a post-scarcity future.
No,
but it's not a really bad future either. Apparently, there's museums.
It's a non-dystopian post-apocalyptic future.
Right.
And I wish it was a little more a post-apocalyptic, or like I wish it was post-apocalyptic, like. Or I wish it was more dystopian.
They were on the way back to recovering, you mean?
Right, yeah.
Or more utopian and show us that. But they didn't show us much of anything. We know that they play this dance game that's like everybody's participating on video or something, or on holograms, and then families get eliminated. I thought that was great.
Well, mind you, that's right out of Brave New World.
I was going to say, do you remember the Godard? Godard directed the Fahrenheit 451, right?
Yeah.
No, Truffaut.
Maybe think of Alphaville.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking of Fahrenheit 451, where they play the interactive game on the giant TV that fills your living room.
Uh-huh.
And it's like there's characters. It's like a soap opera. But you have to answer questions. Like, where are we going to entertain the guests when they come? And Julie Christie has to answer the question or something.
Right. And Sony has a patent for a camera that sits on top of your TV, and you stand up and you yell McDonald's, and then the commercial ends. Like,
that's nice. I want that.
Fuck no.
They said they bought that patent so it could never be used.
Okay,
that was their.
The one thing Orwell got wrong about 1984, he didn't know that people would be lining up to buy it.
Yeah,
right. And it would have sponsorships.
Yeah. Well, Neil Postman wrote that book, Amusing Ourselves to Death, and he talked about the future is going to be like 1984, is going to be like Brave New World. No, it's going to be Brave New World. It's going to be, everything's going to be fun and cool and nothing serious. And it's where we are right now. It's like we're a nation of fucking gamblers and meme makers.
Oh God, I don't even. I've been watching so much shit about Polymarket and Kalshi this week.
Jesus, it's out of fucking control, isn't it?
No, and I was hanging out with my friend earlier today, and she was like, "Oh yeah, my friend's on Polymarket all the time. I'm never going to use it, but she is," and it's just like. You need to wrestle her to the ground and take her phone away from her.
Let him do it.
Oh man! All right.
I don't know. This one for me, I agree with everything, especially Tad. But I found that I could put this movie in the same corner of the bookshelf where Ex Machina lives. Some of Blade Runner were.
It's because Colin Farrell's
but it's a thoughtful. At least it's a somewhat thoughtful meditation on this idea that a lot of these movies have, which is in what ways would an advanced AI deal with, let's face it, you put a thing in your house that's got a camera attached to itself and it's got some level of learning, and what happens when you decommission it? What happens when those are
good questions there.
Even if this movie didn't.
Well, you don't want to send the
on...
black box back because it knows so much about.
Well, that's what he said in the shop. The conspiracy guy in the shop who was right.
The conspiracy guy who is correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like again the sci-fi.
I don't know that this is the perfect distillation of all these ideas, but I found it interesting enough, and I thought the vibe was great. I thought a lot of the visuals were great. The art direction was great. It was prettily shot. I like watching Carl.
Oh my God. Okay. Chris, where's your Chris is wrong thing? Because this is I talked Netflix disease. This has got A24 disease. It's shot super fucking dark. There's some places you can't see what's going on because it's shot so low.
The TV is too dark. Turn the
volume. It's way too dark. There's a part in the middle. I'm going to tell you my experience about the middle, the second act of the film. I'm watching it, and people are talking, and they're talking really quietly, and I'm fucking nodding off because it's like it's dark.
Because you start movies
at 11:30. No, hold on. Let me finish.
You should start a bit.
Then they do. Shut up. And then they come back. Then I come back, and there's a scene where it's a flashback of the clone in a club, and it's super loud. I'm like, duh. What the fuck was that? And so they're writing the audio down as low as it'll goddamn go, then pop it up again
to get the pop out of you.
It worked. Scott, I was thinking to myself, it is maybe this movie is restrained to a fault. I would say it feels like it's never
well said.
It's never not dusk in their house. I did want to go flip a fucking light on at one point. It's never not dusk inside the house.
Okay, I just want to point out this is the brightest it ever is in here.
Nuclear winter is still working its way through the.
I guess so, because it's
sort of aesthetically, this movie's the closest thing I could think of a movie version of a Brian Eno ambient record. It's so low key. Everybody so sort of speaks in half whispers, like hushed tones.
No one ever yells at each other when they're mad.
Not even a little bit.
No. And I didn't mind it. It's beautifully done. It's like the aesthetic of it is really pleasing.
Yeah, I like all that.
But again, it's maybe restrained to a fault, like I said.
Yesterday afternoon, I was at a party and there was a baby at the party. And you know when you're at a party and there's a baby, everyone kind of talks in a little
yeah.
Because the last thing you fucking want is to wake that goddamn baby up and have it start screaming. And that's what this movie felt like.
Yes.
Yes. Don't wake up the baby.
Right. We're the baby.
Walking around the baby.
Yeah, we're the baby, and we're sitting there watching it, trying not to wake us up.
Right.
You know, and then they took you to the nightclub, and it was like, ah!
Yeah, exactly. It's like, all right.
Well, and then you have to get the Bjorn out, and you have to hold.
Or put the video on with the little.
Now I'm picturing somebody wearing Scott in a Bjorn, like carrying him around.
Hey, I need that.
AI can.
I think I liked it more than all you guys.
This movie probably hits different now to me than it would have if I'd seen it in 2022 because of ChatGPT and all the AI stuff that they're talking about now. My attitude towards somebody saying that a robot has a soul or has is human. When I was watching Star Trek: The Next Generation, I'm like, yay, Data, don't take him apart. He's a real person. Now, given all the thought we've put into, thinking about what AI is doing to our society, it's like, fuck no, it's not a person. It doesn't have a soul. It's a machine.
Well, what makes
it just feels different to me.
What makes me a little bit angry about this film is also what makes me a little bit angry about Star Trek Next Generation, which is why I would never call it my favorite Star Trek, which is the idea of a robot standing in for an autistic person. And this feels like that too.
A little bit.
Oh, for sure.
And that's at this point in my life so gross to me because I've been dehumanized for my neurodivergence so many times. And I've had people say like, "Oh, you're like a robot." And it's like,
damn.
No, I'm fucking not. Like the problem with autism is you feel too much and it causes you to shut down.
Yeah.
And this robot doesn't feel anything except for whatever sexual attraction it has to Ada 2.
Right.
Like
which was kind of charming.
Yeah, but it's not a person.
No. Now, mind you, I just want to say one thing. In this 5 years and 272 shows we've done so far, I never thought you were a robot. Not once. Not once.
I did.
No, not even once. No. Loose cannon, perhaps.
Literally, sometimes I get phone calls at work and I answer the phone and they think I'm the answering.
Just play with it, just do it.
Anyway, this film is we're talking
press
about
one.
The fact
it's when Kramer's phone number is published as movie phone.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you just say the number of the name of the film you're trying to watch? He's got a newspaper in front of him.
Exactly. Yeah. But this film is it's in media res in a lot of ways because we don't know what's going on with a lot of the tech and sci-fi stuff and the future stuff in there. But I like films like that. Like Buckaroo Banzai was just inexplicable. Mystery Men was inexplicable.
Is fucking hilarious.
It is. It's but think
it can paper over those
all the weird illogical stuff.
This wants to be taken seriously.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not taken seriously, and it doesn't understand its own backstory.
Yeah. So part of me likes this film because it is throwing shit at you on the wall, and you're just like, okay, this is we have plants everywhere, and there's robots and clones and like that. But the part of it's like going up against the
covered in spaghetti. It's covered in shit.
Well, except the problem is
that I do get the feeling you couldn't sit the creators of this film down and ask them to describe this future that these people are living.
No, they can't. They probably couldn't.
I don't think they could do it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because this is some bullshit that the guy came up with because he was about to quit writing. Like it's.
Well, he wanted to talk about loss and, a death in the family and how people relate to machines. I mean, that's what the concern is. So I think the future is a little bit patched together.
I think Colin Farrell's too good.
The world building
for this movie.
Yeah.
Too.
You think he's the wrong actor?
Yeah, I think they should have.
I like that he's wasting his time doing stuff like doing all these weird little movies.
I wouldn't call it wasting his time. I think he's enjoying the hell out of himself.
No, I agree. I like the Yorgos movie, Sacred Deer,
Sacred Deer or The Lobster. This is that kind of level of weird.
Like he is like fuck. I'm not making Marvel movies. I'm going to go do this stuff.
Yeah,
no, he's picking really interesting projects.
Well, he made his money off of like fucking Daredevil and Minority Report. He doesn't need the money. He just wants to work. And he's working, and that's fine. But I wish they'd cast somebody who wasn't as good as he is because I really like Colin Farrell.
All right, well, okay. I think we can probably go with the cards.
I mean,
Jim,
I'm like 80%. I'm like at least at 80%.
Jim, hold on. Jim is not cornered yet.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it, and you didn't.
All right, Jim.
Well, there it is. I don't know.
There it is. I enjoyed it.
I don't know what to think about that, but there it is. Mm-hmm. So it's a protest thumbs up, basically. All right.
Mic drop. That's a good noise.
That's a good one. Yes, it is.